Beat, you've got an interesting theory about the child's character in the thing, haven't you?
Yeah, mate, it's really interesting you should mention that, because if we look between a couple of the scenes, you can see the start of the movie.
Jesus Christ, he's going at that Reddit theory again. Literally every theory he's spoken about tonight, he's watched on YouTube or got off Reddit, which makes no sense whatsoever. I really fancy pepperoni pizza. I wonder whether Domino's is still ordering.
They're talking Crass, yeah. They're talking Crass, yeah. They're talking Crass, yeah. They're talking Crass, yeah. Crass. 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 They're talking Crass, yeah. They're talking Crass, yeah. They're talking Crass, yeah.
Hello and welcome to Talking Crass. Beat, we're back. And this time we've got a humdinger episode for people.
It's one of my favourites, John.
Is it really? I wonder why.
Top 5, mate.
Is that because it's got no practical effects in whatsoever and it's full CGI?
That's exactly true.
So Beat, the Thing came out in 1982.
Mm-hmm.
What a year.
It's
What a
great
year.
Can you please enlighten us? Because I've done no research and I don't know what films came out that year.
Me neither, moving on. I just thought it was a great year.
Can I preface this quickly, John? How many times am I going to make the Thing joke where actually it's a literal The Thing rather than the movie The Thing?
I'm going to say it too many times to the point where people probably switch off, depending on how many times you do it.
Is that before or after they've already switched off?
They might have switched off after the intro.
Or started listening?
The episode's going to follow the usual route we go on, Beat. We're going to start off with some not necessarily top 5. Then we're going into some true or false trivia. And then we're going to hit into your points. And I think you've made quite a few points on this one, Beetroot.
Just a couple, but we'll ram through them because we need a Chinese in us as soon as possible.
And we'll finish off with some fun questions. So, Beat, we might as well get straight into it.
Yes.
Not necessarily top 5. In order to the Thing, we're going to do practical heads exploding.
Oh, wait. Insert record screech. And then we've already done that 10 times in the podcast.
Every episode we do, it's not necessarily top 5, something to do with practical effects.
So, what we're going for this time, John?
Beat, this time we're going for the greatest beards in film.
The top 5 greatest beads in film.
Not necessarily top 5 greatest beards in film.
Excellent.
Is this easy to do? Because I think there's a hell of a lot of beards in film.
Now, there's an important distinction, John. Beards and facial hair. I'm going for King Leonidas out of 300.
I like the point of that beard. You obviously haven't got a beard.
Yes.
I try to grow a beard.
Yeah.
It's not a brilliant beard, but it's there.
I'd call it a scruffy beard.
I don't know how to point it. Like, my mate grew a massive one and pointed his beard. I've tried to do that, it just looks like shit.
Now, I don't know if anybody else has this opinion, but whenever I watch 300,
Maybe
I always wonder if his beard could actually, like, prod someone in the eye.
Maybe it was
or would
CGI,
would it just fold?
Maybe it was CGI.
I don't think it was CGI. I think it was just a prosthetic.
Oh Christ! Can
Is
we
that
not?
prosthetic?
Can we not get Henry Cavill's CGI'd mustache off into this?
No.
Is
See,
that
it's
too
just a
much of
moustache,
a?
it's not a
That's
beard,
fine,
is it?
yeah. And it's off, so it's not on. He hasn't got one really.
Do you bleed?
No, that's a perfect recreation.
Right, B. I'm going for, because I can't remember his name, the annoying guy out of Die Hard.
The annoying guy.
Do you know who you love in the first Die Hard film?
Oh my God!
Cocaine
Ellis.
cocaine
Ellis.
guy. Great shout. I
Look.
couldn't remember at the time.
Hans. Bubby.
He's got a hell of a beard.
He's got a
It's got one of them beards you love. You know, the ones that like go up to the cheeks.
Yes. He
like
hasn't shaved it at
It's like
all.
just a full bottom beard.
Such a
it's like a
stain
half
of its
face.
time.
I don't know.
It helps him hide the cocaine he sniffs, I guess. Is that a tactic? Message in. My one, John, next up the list. Michael Myers in the film that ended his career, The Love Guru. Justin Timberlake.
Is it a stick-on beard as well, that one?
Is it a stick-on beard? What, is the guy who played Shrek? Right, is it grown that's some sort of racially ambiguous insulting? You know what I mean?
That's a fair point.
I haven't seen the film, I've just seen the trailer.
I'm not the love
And
guru.
I've seen his career. Slightly get redemption when he played an English general
in
Inglourious
Inglourious
Basterds.
Basterds.
Buried him. But that's about it.
Oh, that thing.
That thing.
Ooh.
I made it already, John. I don't want to edit all this podcast putting goddamn radio screeches in and cricket noises.
Here's one for you, beat.
Hit us up.
Tree beard. Lord of the Rings.
Right, me head. Right. So is his beard part of his head? Is that technically a beard? I mean, it's called tree beard.
Leaves. Or is it moss?
Leaves, moss.
Anyway,
It looks like moss.
I've got tree beard, I've also got Gimli, and of course Gandalf.
Okay. It
There you
works
go,
for me.
there's 3 in straight away.
Now, can we go back in the anatomy of the Ents, John?
Right, okay.
What is happening with them? Now, he's called Treebeard, but not all of them have beard at the end of the names. So,
Does it not?
I don't think so. Actually, I'll tell you one fun fact. I don't know another name
So
for another tree.
See if someone's got like a hairy arse, it would like tree arse. I don't know, like it's got moss on his arse.
By the
or
way, I
something.
don't know the names of any other Ents, so it could be complete nonsense.
Treated.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
How many edits are
This
we
is
doing?
good
That's
self.
getting left in, that.
Oh, God.
Last one on my list, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in Hercules.
Oh,
it's
God,
literally
it's
bought
awful.
it's bought from a pound store.
It's
And I don't know if
stuck on.
I don't know if it's intentional.
It's
I
stuck
really
on.
don't.
Can we do a special shout out for that Jackass? Was that in the first Jackass film or was that an episode?
Is that the
where
one
they shaved all the
guy's
pubes off and hair?
Put on that guy called Aaron.
Yes, and like stuck it on.
That is brutal.
I was thinking about that the other day and I was thinking, how would someone let that happen to them? Like, would
Because
you
they
not
get
realise?
Lots of money changes a lot of things.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
That's me out, mate.
I've got a couple more, mate.
Let's take a sip.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay, clean
Alec
beard.
Guinness, not
Oh,
Ewan McGregor.
Alright.
Okay?
Both for me, like.
No. Alec Guinness is my only Obi-Wan. A lot of people argue that now, mate.
You don't like Ewan?
No, I love Ewan.
I
Would you like?
Ewan, mate.
Are you looking forward to the Obi-Wan film?
The Solo movie, which he
Yeah.
keeps on trying to push at random conventions,
Yes, yeah,
which
yeah.
keep on popping on YouTube.
What do you think?
I'm in for it, absolutely. I like them.
Do you think we're gonna Darth Vader appearance
Oh,
that we don't know about?
He's one for you. This is
maybe
how you do
maybe
it.
he went down looking for Luke and he had
No,
to battle
this
him
is how
again.
this is how you do it. Not force ghosts, but maybe establish. You know how Rey has that connection with the Kylo. Maybe some sort of Obi-Wan Kenobi with Vader.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that bit.
But it would have to. You know,
I would
when,
like to see.
You know when Luke.
I like to see Vader in these standalone.
You know when
films, like.
Luke had his hand chopped off and and Vader senses him.
Yeah.
That sort of connection.
Right.
I
get
really
you.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
That
that's
could
good.
work. One scene. Don't use Vader too much. He's a precious commodity.
Last one, beat. Castaway.
Okay. Yeah,
Tom Hanks.
I like it.
And that brings it into not necessarily top 5 beards in film.
Right, so does the Wilson ball have a beard?
No, it's just got a blood hand.
It does have a. That's it. It's a blood hand and a bit of hair.
Yeah, it's a bit of like moss.
Who has better hair in the
Moss?
film? Moss Wilson.
Tree ball.
Tree balls. Tree ball. Who has better haircut? Tom Hanks whilst he's on the island, or Wilson the living ball?
Wilson the living ball.
Okay.
That's what and we're going to quickly move on.
I like it. Moving on.
Straight into True or False Trivia.
Let's get
We're
there.
rolling, we're rocking on this one, Beetroot. In this segment, Beat has got to guess which trivia I posed to him is true or is false. It's quite explanatory, really, isn't it, Beat?
Self-explanatory, mate. Very much so.
First one, Beetroot. Lawrence Tarode was originally cast to play the part of Childs, but had to step down due to scheduling conflicts.
Can you explain who Lawrence Trohodo is?
You don't know who Lawrence Tarode is?
I don't know. Can I take a guess?
You never guess, Beat.
Is he black?
He's black.
The guy. No, I don't have last.
It's bloody Mr. T.
Mr. T. Lawrence Tarode.
Yes, I.
Nice. I didn't know that. Well done. Mr. T was going to play Childs.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Now, this is a fun thing because the Thing can't imitate inorganic material. And Mr. T wears every chain ever manufactured in the world. So, you know, if he's not the Thing,
Turns up and he has got the chains on.
he hasn't got
You
one
fucking
chain,
know.
one 15-pound chain on. Makes sense to me.
True or false, mate? I'm not a pusher.
Oh shit, I've got an answer. Sorry, mate.
Chinese is tickling.
False.
It's false.
Yeah!
You straight away on to win
Thank
it.
you.
B. This film is considered a benchmark in the field of special makeup effects.
Correct.
These effects were created by Rob Bottin, who was only 22 when he started the project.
What a guy. 22, was he 22? Right, so he's already kind of been mentored on the set of American Werewolf in London. Imagine doing that before the age of 22. That's mind-blowing. I'm going to say he was older. I'm going to say that was false.
But that's true.
Fuck off.
22-year-old when he made these effects, mate.
Right.
Moving on.
Okay.
B, this is the first of John Carpenter's films which he did not score himself.
Right.
The film's original choice of composer was Jerry Goldsmith, but he passed, and Ennio Morricone composed a very low-key, Carpenter-like score filled with brooding and menacing bass chords.
Sounds true to me, John.
That's true, Beat. Did you like the score, Beat?
See, this is the funny thing. It's not what I would class as a score.
Yeah.
Well, it is in every word of the sentence score. So if you look up definitively what score is, I'm guessing it's just some sort of music attachment to a film.
Mm-hmm.
I think of OST, original soundtracks.
Right, okay.
So Lord of the Rings, you know, full.
Something that
I'm
really
talking
turns you on,
bands.
Beat.
This is more just subtle, little bums. You know what I mean? That's not music. That's not. It technically is score.
It sets the scene, though.
But it's more so just
It got
tone.
battered, by the way. The score got battered when it first came out.
I don't think it should be labelled
Along
as
with
that.
the film.
I think it should be something different.
Anyway, it became a classic.
Okay.
With time. Can you see that happening to the Justice League
The Last Jedi.
or The Last Jedi? Do you think that will grow on you over time, Beat?
Definitely not.
Like John Carpenter's film The Thing.
I think what's going to happen is it's going to get worse.
You think?
I do.
But as the film moved into post-production, Rob Bottin found himself virtually living at the studio. He was forced to break from this when he was diagnosed with exhaustion and admitted to hospital.
That's true.
You know this?
I knew this because I told you it in the car.
You did? Would you like to expand on that, Beak? 'Cause apparently he was just eating
So apparently,
crisps and sweets or something,
so
wasn't he?
after obviously living in that place, they didn't have a restaurant.
Yeah.
They had 2 vending machines, I believe,
Yeah.
and you just ate out of them, which is just candy, sugar,
Didn't we do
saturated
Didn't we
fats.
do this before when we said that, you know, when they were doing Raiders?
Yes.
Didn't Steven Spielberg only eat like beans?
SpaghettiOs.
Or spaghetti
You
was
only
out of
ate
a can.
SpaghettiOs, aye,
So
you
he
got us
didn't
with
want- 'cause
that.
he didn't want to get ill.
Everybody got ill on set.
Yeah,
You
and he
got us with
didn't
that
because he
one.
was like eating SpaghettiOs.
See, I'll remember, Joe.
The Thing can take over anything. There was a scene which was cut that had it taking over a polar bear, creating an 8-foot bear monster.
Holy Jesus, that sounds incredible. I'm gonna say false.
That is false.
You missed the
But how good would be a polar bear thing
John, you missed the
with 2
opportunity.
heads and bloody sword organic
Do you know
things coming
do you know
out
how I
of
knew it was false?
How?
Do you want to know the amount of times John Carpenter would pass up the ability to put a polar bear into his goddamn film?
That's fair.
0 times.
0 times. Beep. The alcohol they drank is actually real in every scene.
I can bet that.
The actors complain about the cold weather regularly and need whiskey to warm them up.
No,
Patio heaters and electric blankets were also used.
I'm going true.
That's false.
What?
Why would I have a patio heater there?
Sorry, the patio heater. Everything past the words alcohol.
You're not thinking about the patio heater there.
Everything past the words whiskey. Kurt Russell's in the film. Alcohol's being used.
I'm the dude out of
Have you seen how smooth that man is?
What's the film called? With Child's in? They Live?
Yes.
He's got to be on the whiskey as well.
Big time. They're a bunch of smooth operators, John. They need some goddamn Dawson. Dawson?
Did John Carpenter do They Live?
John Carpenter did They Live?
He did, didn't he?
100%.
He wanted Kurt Russell to play Roddy Piper, but he couldn't get him.
My God. The more you know, mate.
Bit more trivia for you there. Beat. There are no female characters in the film. The only female presence in the movie is the voice of McCready's chess computer and the contestants seen on the game show The Palmer Watchers.
Interesting.
A scene containing a blow-up doll was filmed and then left on the cutting room floor. According to John Carpenter, only one crew member was female, but she was pregnant and this forced her to leave the shoot. She was replaced by a male.
So what you're saying, that in the end...
And apparently Carpenter was going to put a blow-up doll in for one the shark.
Okay. Is there not a blow-up doll in the film?
Don't think so. Cook up.
False.
That's true.
What?
Well, there's no females in it, is there?
There's no females in the film. I thought you meant the set, the whole crew.
And as you all know, as listeners, It's one of the main reasons why we love this film, because it's got no females in.
That's exactly it. How many times can we make that joke before it becomes a reality?
We're very sexist.
Yeah, of course.
This is based on a novella written by John W. Campbell Jr.
Right. Have you changed
The
the name?
novella's called Who Goes There? Troubles.
No, I know there's a novella called Who Goes There, and that made a film called The Thing from Another World, which has made the film called The Thing.
Mm-hmm.
But is he called W.K. Campbell, or whatever you call him?
John W. Campbell Jr.
I'm going to say true.
It's true.
Okay.
I just want to get that one in because, honestly, if you've got an opportunity, people, get the PDF online, give it a read. Excellent little novella.
Or purchase it
Unreal.
legally.
Or purchase it legally. I didn't say that at all. It's a great novella that you can go out and buy and
Wink,
definitely
wink.
not get on PDF on Google.
PDF, mate, go to pdfbooks.com. They do them all.
Also, was it 1951? Who Goes There film?
I don't know. It was it was black and white, and the guy looked like the Frankenstein
Yeah, well,
monster.
that was totally. John Carpenter's was much closer to the novella.
Novella rather than that, yeah.
Definitely. But that brings down to true or false trivia. Again, you didn't get the clean sweep. Do you think it'll ever happen?
Never.
Never at all. I don't know. I've got faith in you, Beetroot. I've got faith in you.
I
somehow.
don't.
We might as well go into your discussion points. We're flying tonight.
Yes.
Don't know whether it's because we're hungry. Don't know whether we're in good spirits because it's a hell of a film.
We're starving, John. We need to assimilate a Peking duck.
Hit us away a beat. Go, 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 go.
Just like Predator, the film that is. I think the reveal of the spaceship shouldn't be seen. More mystery equals more suspense / tension.
That's an interesting point. Very interesting point.
Backing that up with would completely remove the spaceship as well.
I
Even though
agree.
it's a
I
Matt
agree
Damon.
with you. Why do you think he did that? Do we know much from the
The only reason this is... Let's get out of my head quickly.
Okay.
He wants you to think it's a stereotypical E.T. because that's what the ship looks like.
Right.
Maybe that's what he's gone for. That's what I personally take it as. This is going to be a dumb-looking alien,
Yeah.
not some monster.
Yes.
A monster wouldn't drive that ship.
So
It's-
people
you know what I mean?
people seeing that and going,
Obviously, it has its own form
"Oh,
inside that ship.
I'm in for just an alien film
Yes,
here."
exactly.
And then when it starts sprouting bloody legs and shit like that, you're like, "Oh my god!"
That's what I get from it.
It was some freaky shit.
But it could be a different reason.
It would have. Been, I think it would be
It
cool.
might just be set up.
I think it would have been cool if you didn't see it, Pete.
Yeah.
Honestly, would I
And the
I
only
like
thing
the
is the dog.
air of suspense of not knowing what's going on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Next one. Intelligence of the organism foreshadowed through the thing assimilating the form of a husky.
Yeah.
Perfect for escaping the original base
Uh-huh.
and surviving in harsh environment.
Yeah.
Possible understanding of dog's relationship with man as well, using it as a psychological tactic, knowing that a dog
Would welcome it in.
you would welcome it in. You know what I mean?
Pete,
It's like
that's an intelligent point. I'll give you that one. Ding, ding, ding.
Thank you very much. Probably not me own.
What I would say is though, how did the mansion miss that husky when they're trying to drop bombs on it
Ridiculous.
and hit
You've
it?
seen the snowsuits they're wearing and the goggles.
It's like
You try and hit someone.
You're right there, but surely all you've got to hit's a dog.
Dreadful.
These are trained people.
I guess the excuse given is the researchers and not assault rifle army men. There you go. And that's
That's
about
fair,
it.
that's
That's
fair.
about the reveals you're getting. Next point, John. The grenade being dropped and blowing up the chopper is pretty lazy. So what happens is they're chasing the dog through the
Yeah.
snow, and this Swedish guy, or Norway, I don't know where it's from, some sort of Scandinavian
Yeah.
country, he pulls a grenade and drops it, and that blows up
in the chopper.
it blows up the chopper as well,
Right, okay.
to give them a reason for not being able to escape.
Right,
I
that's
guess. So
look. We're not going to pick it apart. It's a great film.
not at all. What we do is, if we like a film, we miss every negative
But
about
if we
it.
hate it, we pick everything up.
Everything, and don't mention the good parts. You got us. Next point. Love the simplicity of the story, with the big question being, what caused the Norwegians to hunt this dog with such weaponry and hate?
Hmm.
Who knew, John?
Well, when they drop in, they just start shooting randomly.
I mean,
you would be if that shit had gone down.
that makes me think what happened in that research facility.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Obviously, we got the recent remake of the thing, but I still haven't seen it, so I still don't know exactly what
Right,
happened.
okay. This
He's not
is an
ordered.
interesting point because Beat loves to have, but he's got a great Blu-ray collection.
Kinda.
But he wanted the original thing, and it nearly brought him to the point of where he wasn't going to buy the Blu-ray because it came with a new one.
And the girl on the counter didn't understand what I wanted either. I was like, I'm on a specific list of films that I love. I don't want the thing recent attached with the double.
I just want the Blu-ray of the old one, but it's impossible.
I don't know what you mean, but you get it in there. I was like, lady, I've got problems.
We're literally not going to buy it because of
I know,
that.
it was very
Why?
close because
You're such a bloody snob, Beat.
I was like, this is a representation of the films I love. And if anybody who comes over is like, wow, you've got the new thing and you love that film, do you? I was like, what? No. So anyway,
We should do that and compare it.
moving on. Film introduced me to Superstition by Stevie Wonder.
Great tune, Beat.
No, I mean, if that doesn't make you want to give this a 10 out of 10. Next point.
Getting good. Hit the button.
Speechless. Greatest effects in any film I've ever seen. Possibly surpassing Botton's Mentor's work on American Werewolf in London.
Are we talking about when the dog sprouts spider legs here?
I mean, T pick, John, if you want to go with that one. Fair play.
Is this just general over the whole film? practical
Entirety
effects?
of the film.
Let's do that. We'll talk about that. So, my favourite part, I would probably say, is when they're working on the body and even just the body. You know, when they're pulling stuff out.
The organs.
And the organs the same. So it's like it's a weird shaped humanoid thing.
Yes.
But it's still got the heart and stuff like that.
Sound design incredible as well, and just gelatinous fluids just going everywhere.
I know.
I love how there's like a thin little membrane you have to cut to get to each slot of the body as well. It's crazy. So nuts. Maybe I'm a psychopath. I don't know.
There's one bit though, that I thought was a bit weird, was where it starts like hosing things down. I thought the acid could be a little bit better.
That looks like it's coming out
Like
like
it's
a
weird.
little jet ski hosing thing.
When I was watching it, you'll probably totally disagree with, but when I was watching it as well, I think it's a bit dated.
Do you think so?
The practical effects come across as dated, which it's gonna be because it was a lead in its own right.
Yes.
Of like special makeup effects. But when you watch it now, it's like it's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like just a plastic head, like spitting, with a hose attached to it, pretend to be acid.
Just bubblegum everywhere. I can purely understand it's just pure bias from me.
You could imagine though watching that in the cinema for the first
Losing
time.
mind. Like
Jeez.
what is happening? Like the first time cinema was ever made
No
before
one-
the train was coming at them.
No wonder people fucking were like walking out being sick and didn't enjoy it first time.
I can understand that.
They thought it was
It's a
too
different
gory.
time. It's a different time.
Okay.
God damn, I miss matte paintings. Oh no, I've skipped a point.
What? God damn, I miss my paintings.
I've skipped a point, John. We'll loop back. That's not
Okay.
getting edited out. I love how the Doctor's intelligence allows him to comprehend the fact that it may have assimilated humans far before the group figures it out.
Yes.
So you know the guy who's in the shack who's like, I'm all better now, I'm all good.
Was he the thing?
He was definitely the thing. Because he makes the spaceship, and he also sabotages.
Yes. Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
is he?
yes,
This is fun because it doesn't tell you. I like how it doesn't hold your hand. Is he sabotaging the communications because he doesn't want everyone to get out because everyone might be the thing, or is he the thing stopping the others from leaving?
It's a good point. Do you know what else I loved as well?
What else?
When it cut to them looking out of a window and he's just like blitzing across the snow, like backwards and forwards. You know, from like the shack to where he's building and stuff and that.
Aye.
You just see random things from just different people. Maybe not him, maybe someone else.
Yeah.
It's just someone just blitzing through the snow. You're like, what the fuck's happening here?
So at this point I mentioned before, God damn, I miss matte paintings. It's when they go to the shuttle, the spaceship,
All right, yeah.
and it's a completely hand painted.
You think? All right, yeah.
It is. I know
Just
it
like-
is. I'm not.
So
I've watched the Blu-ray.
akin to a miniature,
Akin to a miniature, but
but it's a matte painting.
much more difficult because you have to get obviously rendering in 3D,
makes-
but with your hand painting.
Yeah.
But to fool the eye, it's incredible.
That makes
man.
sense. Like it's good.
People got paid a lot of money to do that. A lot of money.
like shit when you do stuff on the ground and it looks like you're gonna
Oh,
fall into a hole.
And any film made in between the 1960s and 80s, any sort of mythical background, you know, like Captain Nemo, I can't remember,
Yes.
Lost World, stuff like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
all had matte paintings. Jason the Argonaut, shit and that.
Unreal.
Unbelievable, man.
Oh.
Claymation more so, but love that shit. Next point. I love when an 80s computer makes little pixelated animations to describe info to the audience rather than displaying actual statistical data.
I loved how like it was just so.
Don't you just love that?
the chances of the thing being a human is 70%.
It's like
Prometheus looked at each other and
what?
went, yes.
And like I love that in films where it's like
Exposure to the audience is so stupid.
This is the plot A, B, C. Like, it's so good. Rather than it actually having like a computer.
Is this another time we're giving this a pass? Where
Massively.
if it was Star Wars or Justice League, we would have battered it. We would have destroyed it.
Absolutely true.
There's
So
nothing
true.
wrong with easy viewer exposure.
What? Next point. Delicious sound design. Legs protruding from the head of the spider-like creature is like celery snapping.
Oh, horrible.
Gotta love it, John.
And like the jaw that just moves like that.
It makes that
It's just
weird
definitely
little noise.
robotic. It's just a robotic.
It's so good. And it tilts the head. Oh,
Brilliant
my
how they did
goodness.
the practical effects for when it takes over a person.
Right.
Like, you know when it takes over the ginger guy?
Yes.
How his head looks like the thing. It's like he's got his own head, and then it's got another head, which is the thing. But got like ginger hair and eyebrows.
Yes. So it
looks
keeps
ridiculous.
traits of him.
Horrible eye.
Incredible.
I mean, creepy shit.
It's
This.
little subtle things, man. I love it. Love the fact that the best and only method of killing their enemy is by using a flamethrower indoors. That's another little thing.
Yeah.
You can't shoot it. You can't cut it apart. You're indoors, 5x5 hallways, and the thing you've got to use to murder this
It's a bloody.
is a flamethrower.
How
which is
did
gonna
it all
set you
go up?
I don't know, but I love that psychological little touch where
Yeah.
you can't kill it because you're gonna burn yourself alive. Imagine being in that position.
Well, when it like at the start when it's the dog and it gets the spider legs and then it gets like a tentacle that goes up and it goes up in the roof.
Yeah,
You'd be like, what the
I
fuck?
wouldn't kill it. It's like when a spider's gonna
Oh yeah, when you've
scuttle
got a
out the
massive
rule and
spider, you've got a
kill
massive
it.
spider that manages to
I
escape.
love that scene because you can see clearly two rubber hands.
I just it goes straight up.
It's unreal. Next point. The blood test, such a simple idea that works perfectly in a narrative sense, but better yet a visual one, shows Mac's practicality, takes the previous idea of mixing the blood and adapts it to survive.
Do you know what I bloody hated though?
So clever.
That screech.
That's okay?
I hate that screech. You know when they're testing the blood and you've got on the
It jumps out.
Nah, before like
Oh,
on the glass, just going through us, and it was such a good thing.
Yeah, I get
You
exactly.
could have just
what you
dipped it in. You didn't have to scrape
mean.
it.
Scrape it across.
But again, it's just sound design.
Yeah.
Does he kill that guy before he does the blood test? Because he does, doesn't he? And it's like McCready's just willing to kill anyone. He's not bothered.
He murdered him.
Yeah,
The
he
guy
just
who loved
shoots
the
him,
dogs.
'cause he's not
He
the
did
thi-
get attacked. That's self-defense.
You'd think, yeah.
That's self-defense.
But it just shows the type of character McCready is as well. Gives you the first glimpse of he doesn't give a shit.
It's not only that, but the ingenuity. He's not intelligent. I wouldn't say he's intelligent, even
No.
though he is.
No.
It's his character. He takes the idea that the doctor made, which was making the blood samples and transfusing them, but then he adds his own twist by using fire. It's like
Kurt Russell,
it's
mate.
so perfect to the
Kurt
character.
Russell, mate. I'll throw another one in. Bit of trivia that we did mention.
Yeah.
When you know the helicopter at the start when he goes into the storm
Yes.
to go and check things out.
Yeah, he's got the best hat ever.
And it like wobbles a little bit.
Right.
That's Kurt Russell driving the helicopter. He passes the controls over to Kurt Russell, who's never driven a helicopter before.
Right.
And that's why it like wobbles a little bit. The guy's like, "Oh, you can take control now."
What?
So
He
it's
caught him off guard,
kept,
or?
it's kept in the film. It's just Kurt Russell taking the controls.
No,
and
but-
like it wobbles like and then goes off.
Not bad at all, mate. I didn't know that.
Kurt Russell big.
I didn't know that. What a man. What a smooth man. Second to last point. What better use of a set is there than just blowing it to smithereens?
I mean, another interesting point you beat.
Yeah.
Two fans of the film went back 5-6 years ago
Uh-huh.
to where it was filmed,
Right.
and they found the helicopter in flames still there. So not in flames, sorry. They found the helicopter just like
the body of it.
burnt out, the body of it, and they took the rotor. They nicked the rotor.
No way.
Yeah, is,
the left. Hold on. The left.
I swear to God, the fans went out searching for it, and the site's still there where they've
That's incredible.
I don't know how much is there of it.
Yes.
But there's still certain bits of the film which they just
Like
left.
debris.
They just because they didn't need to take it, they just left it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was that remote.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I wonder how much that goes for.
I bet it's worth a fortune. The rotor, they
Absolute
took one of the
fortune.
rotors of the helicopter, or a bit of the rotor or something
McCready's rotor on eBay.
Unreal.
Let's try to type that
like
in.
that. That's something you'd buy.
100% in a heartbeat.
Consider you've bought £100 Iron Man helmet that's right next to us on the table.
Don't judge us, John. It's probably the best thing I own.
We need a picture of you in the helmet with the t-shirt on.
Yes.
'Cause we're not quite ready to give ourselves up yet, are we, Peter?
Not yet, mate. Not yet. Assimilation, Joe.
When we're millionaires through the podcast, we'll do it.
You've got our promise. We'll reveal ourselves by dropping the window of a dark tinted Land Rover down. It goes. Last point. Is Childs an assimilation? Love a fan theory here. My fave.
This is where we're getting on. This takes us back to the start of the episode where I kind of dozed off.
It is.
Because
very
of all
much.
your theories about this film.
Here's one for you, John.
Okay.
This is not my point. I think I got it from Reddit somewhere. Or YouTube. I apologise I can't link the original creator.
Right, okay.
But I'm sure they know who they are. The game of chess in the beginning of the film mimics Mac's battle with the Thing throughout the actual film itself.
So you said this to when I was watching it, but I had too many margaritas, so I didn't really
Yes.
listen to you.
So a bit of a kooky one, which I don't believe in.
Yep.
The chess pieces, the movements they make, are literal characters. I don't think that's it, because
Yep.
I think some of them don't match up.
Yeah.
Like King being greedy, he moves to Queen, Bishop, whatever.
Right.
But the bigger piece of evidence is Mac pouring his whiskey down the chess game's circuit boards. In the end, he offers Childs a drink, just like he did the computer, to kind of dictate whether he's the Thing.
Right,
or not.
okay, so it comes full circle.
So the idea is...
Is that like one of them things where you can put it to anything, really, though, if you put your
That's
mind
exactly-
over it?
that's
Like
exactly
Reddit
it.
puts everything.
Absolutely. But the idea is that McCready filled the bottle with gasoline,
All right.
and he hands it to
And
Childs.
Chaz just drinks it normally.
Who drinks it normally, and Max smiles. You see him smile in the film, and you were like, "Oh, he knows."
Maybe we should just wait it about a little bit.
Aye, he things up a little,
Let's just wait for it to blow over.
something like that. And then last point with that as well, in the script or the screenplay, whatever you want to look at, Mac is actually written to have a flamethrower with him,
All right.
hidden underneath his poncho when
So you
he's
think
sitting there with
he could
Childs.
Even if he kills him, though, he's stuck in the snow.
That is correct.
So, Pete, does that wrap up your point?
That a wrap it up on my pointers.
I've got a couple of things to throw in, which I totally forgot about when we were talking about things.
Got ya.
I've made a couple of points down here, saying. So when we're talking about the practical effects, one I wanted to mention, which I forgot to mention, when I was
Right.
looking at my points and come on. That practical effect when the doc's working on the guy and it chops his hands off.
Right.
That is ridiculous. The most ridiculous thing I've seen. Do you think that's the most gruesome thing in the film or not? That would have shocked audiences, surely.
Probably is when they're opening up the double-headed one and they're just taking out the human organs. Or maybe when the dog kind of, when a flower blossoms, it
Yeah.
does like a...
Just like the Resident Evil dog.
Yes, exactly that.
And also, where does Kurt Russell stand as action heroes?
See, he never really kept that title, did he? But in that film, he's incredible. I guess in
What do you enjoy more
Big
in
Trouble in
this
Little China.
or Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh,
Two.
very much so. This.
He's a cool dude, though, isn't he?
I don't know how you ruined Kurt Russell. Make him into a planet.
That kind of it's
He
going
was
off.
okay.
It's going off the comics. He was okay.
He didn't ruin it, but I was disappointed.
It was a good film.
I was disappointed. Not to say it was a bad film, but I was disappointed.
It was a good film, babe.
It was a good film, but I was disappointed by the film still.
So, Beat Street, your final ratings. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you thought of the film?
Tension. All right.
All right. Anything more, Pete?
Full meal cast.
Practical alien dog human.
Bingo.
Lots of blood.
Anytime
Lots
you
of
get,
fake organs.
anytime you get a husky in a film, perfect.
Matt Payne.
Matt
What are you
Payne's-
talking about?
Computer readouts, which are just for the audience and not the actual users of the computer. Subliminal messages, sublime acting performances, dynamite, but when the dynamite sticks are actual sticks and not just some sort of dumb robotic device. A plunger to explode stuff with.
Black dude out there live.
Black dude out there live.
Was they live after this or before it?
It's a great question.
I'm gonna say after.
Find out.
It's gotta be after, hasn't it? 100%.
Definitely before he played
It's like,
the Arbiter.
It was like 19 in the Arbiter.
Arbiter.
Yeah, he did play the Arbiter.
He did. Keith Davids.
Keith David. I think it's Keith David. Maybe not. Don't quote us on
Keith
that.
Richards.
Keith Richards, the legendary drummer.
Keith David.
Keith David, we're gonna go with. It might be David Keith.
Word so easy.
Anyway, he plays the Arbiter as well.
Okay.
So Childs plays the Arbiter. For a little bit of trivia for anyone else. who
Being
doesn't watch it.
serious, John Carpenter, the greatest for me. Like, not only works as a horror film, it kind of has its action in. Very intelligent, subtle. Other than that computer readout, I get that's a joke. Very subtle. Very good at reaching that paranoia.
It's
you know
very.
what I mean?
It is a scary film.
It connects with that kind of, oh, what is happening, and the whole premise of
Yeah,
it being
expecting someone to just turn straight away. aren't you?
anybody being the thing is such a clever idea. Obviously taken from the novel, but it works so well in the
Yeah.
film. Obviously that constant who's who goes there. There you go.
Oh, the cool bit where the guy's running in the snow and it's half taking him over.
Yes, it hasn't had enough time to assimilate.
Ridiculous.
Really, and that's teaching the audience lessons about its biology, its physiology, and what it can do, and you know what I mean. That's really nice, rather than this can do this, this can do that.
How do three of them die in like 30 seconds when they last the full film? You know what I mean?
I know that's another
Right at
thing.
the end,
It's like maybe it's going over.
It's like that. It's like that old horror like cliche thing where one person disappears, you go and look for them. Then the next one goes.
But
it's like literally.
they don't find the body. They just
No.
go.
Yeah.
It's so perfect.
I know you're gonna hammer us for this, Pete, but like I say, the only thing I'd say, the only negative I've got now watching the film is I do think it looks a bit dated.
Right.
But that's because of the practical effects at the time what they had to use, and you've got to take that into like thought.
So with taking it into account.
And it is a slow film. Would you say it's a slow
I
film?
was just about to say one of the best points from it is pace.
Right? Do you like the pacing?
It's so slow burning. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Maybe it gets a bit ridiculous at the end where everything just starts blowing up.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't release until maybe with the blood scene.
You forgot to mention something about Childs as well.
What's that?
At the end,
What's that?
he's wearing different clothing.
I think this is brought up in another YouTube video. I'm sorry, I can't link it.
Yeah.
He wears a navy parka all throughout. There's great detail paid to the costume design of each character.
Yep.
Obviously, the thing can't assimilate materials non-organic, so something like a coat. Childs apparently comes back full white coat.
Yeah, he's got a white coat,
which
ain't
is really interesting. I think there's a lot of attention paid to little details like that which have kept continuous,
he? Yeah.
if that's a word.
Okay.
And it's that attention to detail, consistency and tone, really nice use of pace within the film. It just makes it perfect for us and one of my favourite films of all time.
Groundbreaking, action-packed, horrifying,
Unethical, immoral,
great,
spying on 50,000 people isn't in my job description.
great full male cast. How many times are you gonna grab that job?
Third time.
It's got to go down as one of the best ever.
Carpenter's best film or not? What's better than Halloween?
He says this is his best film.
He can say what he wants, John. Well, I'm asking you a deep question.
Halloween.
It is a bit better.
I think Halloween's better.
I don't know.
This is a classic in the way that it paved the way for practical effects.
Right. Well, that and American Werewolf in London really set the...
Yeah, but no one had ever seen stuff like this. Rob Bottom.
American Werewolf in London?
Beat, we're talking about a dog that turns into a spider here.
Have you seen American Werewolf
Yes,
in
I
London?
know we've got Nazi wolves
Have
and
you
stuff
seen
like
the
that.
wolf transformation?
Yeah, it's awesome.
The most infamous transformation.
Yes, it's awesome.
That's the hallmark for me, personally.
But this threw a lot of different things in, didn't it?
It's more, I guess, it takes that concept
It's
and
like
goes,
it takes the
let's
concept
make
and like
a fucking
let's
spider head.
let's add acid into the mix.
Alright, I'll give you that one.
But yeah, what would you give it?
9 out of 10?
Come on, Beat. You're giving it's too easy.
Grass Outlet.
You put this in a cross
Of
outlet.
course I am. It's in my top 5 films of all time. To be fair, to answer the Halloween question, if I wanted to watch a film now, I'd put the thing on. So
Right,
that answers the question. Like,
And as you know,
what do you do with
people,
films? Cook them. Like, you watch them.
we're massive advocates for practical effects.
Absolutely.
If you've listened to us before, You know, it's a massive bugbear when films are overly CGI.
Takes us right out.
This is a massive bugbear with 2017 and most recent films. They've kind of forgotten the old art.
There's more subtle CGI in films that we like, but we dismiss.
Because we like the film, we haven't picked up any of the bad points of it.
We're hypocrites. And we love it.
I don't know, Pete. Why do you think that is, Pete? Why do you think it's a sway to CGI rather than practical effects now? You can't tell me it's cheaper to do CGI.
There's less happy accidents.
Right.
A director can get exactly what he needs. It's hard to change a 50...
Are you talking about editing?
Yes, it's easy to edit CGI imagery. You know what I mean? To add little changes is just it's just code.
Yeah.
Changing a 20-foot silicon putty one-time use bubble effect out of someone's neck is a bit more difficult. Now you have to work with it and kind of shoot it once and work off that, or you lose 10 days of filming.
Yeah.
That's the reason I love it, and I'm guessing the reason directors sway away from it. It's too... you can't go on a day and say, I'm going to be able to, on time, schedule, this is going to go perfect. Things can go wrong, and I don't think directors like having that in the script. So they just go, we'll CGI it, we can change
just ease.
CGI.
Do you think it's just ease, Beat?
A little ease, maybe pressure from the corporates saying, if you don't meet these deadlines, you're gone. So if you take the risk by putting a werewolf in, you've got to CGI it rather than 15 takes going overboard.
Maybe this is just the CGI age.
Maybe it is.
You know what I mean? You know, like you've got
maybe there's
practical effects, CGI. It's new. It's getting better. It's still getting better.
There's no need for it though. Transformers is one of the biggest box office sellers ever.
But then, Christ, we watched. I'm going crazy. Starship Troopers the other week.
Right. And CGI is pretty
CGI
good.
was good. It was it was a 90s film.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's still
now it's like rubber men jumping all over,
but
and it's like
even then it's intercut with practicality.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. To start and finish the scene.
Anyway, Beat, where's it going into?
It's like
I'm cutting you off.
Okay, cut us off.
You're talking too much now.
I'm sorry.
What's it going into?
CRASStical, mate.
I'll agree with you. We're putting this one into CRASStical, people. If you don't like it, we'll
bite one.
Review it.
I'll turn you into a thing monster. You'll turn into a spider.
Beat.
John.
We've got a few fun questions.
Hit them to us.
From just another GMG blog.
GMG?
What's GMG stand for? Top person, by the way. Fellow loosely connected network member.
Ah.
And has started listening to our stuff and enjoys it. Got a lot of nice things to say, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
At another GMG blog says, I've never seen it, but I want to help you out with a question. Is the era of the true horror movie over thanks to things like overuse of mediocre CGI and spoiler-filled trailers? What do you think, B?
I agree completely.
So
what's he saying?
Basically, is the reliance of CGI and spoiler-filled trailers ruining horrors?
This is a great point. I'll tell you who's ruining horrors. This is perfect. It's not the trailers. It's not the reliance on CGI.
Right.
You know who it is, John?
Who?
It's the audience. It's us.
Why is that?
Because companies don't care about anything else. The people who have all the money to make the movies, which the director goes to, says, we need this, that and this because these idiot kids love these stupid... They love jump scares.
Teen slashers.
They love loud noises.
You love a jump scare.
They love CGI.
You love a jump scare in the films.
And because 12-year-olds are sneaking into these 15As and they're loving all this shit, the shit then gets kept because they don't need to change it to make money. If they stop losing money, then they need to change the films they make. Otherwise, they'll recreate all that shit.
There you have it. Beats on a bit of a rant there.
Sorry,
Choose that one.
I'm exercising a couple of demons. Excuse the horror pun.
Next one, B. At NTFTT Pod, give them a follow, people. Fellow members of the Loosely Connected Network. They've said, great podcast, by the way, B. Throw that one in as well. Any listeners? Check them out as well.
Fantastic.
How can a guy with the last name of Carpenter be able to make such iconic horror movies? Wouldn't it be more ironic if he made a horror movie about carpenters?
Or doors.
Or doors. Just a horror
Wait, do
movie
carpenters make doors?
What about
Work with wood?
doors that turn into the thing? So
Hold
you're
on.
walking through a door and it
I've
just snaps your balls off?
I've got a religious joke or something. John the Carpenter. There you go.
Moving on!
I like it. I like the joke.
We've got the legend that is at Bosk Bounty
Wait,
Hunt.
there's a better joke in there somewhere.
We'll come back to it, Beat.
No.
Bosk. Hi. Bosk from Bristol here, Beat. I haven't yet had time to watch it, but was wondering which thing would win in a fight. The Thing from Fantastic Four, The Thing from The Thing, or Thing from Addams Family, or 11 off Stranger Things.
What about Thing 1 and 2 out with Cat in the Hat?
What?
Came to me head.
First and foremost, Bosk, watch The Thing. It's a classic. If you haven't seen it, I'm telling you,
If you've got
you'll
to this
enjoy it.
point, you've heard every...
If you've got this point, you're screwed. And we haven't mentioned spoilers throughout.
Not at all.
Anyway, Pete, what do you think?
I'm going to go...
Could the Thing out of the Fantastic Four be taken over?
Yeah.
But it's Rock?
Oh, no.
So I'm going to say that would win because it would just pound it,
Well,
wouldn't it?
The Thing, funnily, because comics are usually for children. I mean, that's obviously a bad stereotype.
Yeah.
The Thing wears pants to cover its rock penis. So, if The Thing imitated The Thing, orange thing...
Can you get hard as a rock pun in there or not?
You can do.
It's
Hard
horrible.
Rock Cafe or whatever.
What?
The Thing turns up, we're not wearing pants. It's The Thing from another world. Alright.
So he's just fully naked.
Aye.
Rock dangling in the wind.
Perfect.
Bosk, Pete, what you thinking?
The Thing.
The actual thing,
No,
or the
joke,
thing
the
from...
joke is I've mentioned...
You don't want to make a decision, so you're just going to say the
The
thing.
Thing wins.
Okay, there you go. Pete might sit on the fence on this one. I'm going to say The Rock out of Fantastic Four would smash its brains in.
Which version?
And it would also have Johnny Storm, which would just rain fire onto it and win.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a great point.
And there you go. Pete, at Razuba, yeah? Give him a follow, Peter.
Razdog.
From the rules of the film, how would you find out who was the monster?
Oh.
We would definitely not be brainy enough to think of the blood samples.
Right.
Not think.
No, definitely not at all.
I think if you've lived with someone for 6 months in an isolated bloody centre like that,
Yes. So you'd have to
you'd
ask,
know people.
You would have to ask questions.
I think we would probably ask. We would try and like ask certain
When
questions.
the Thing assimilates someone, does it retain memory?
It goes weird, doesn't it?
Does it retain the memory of the person?
It does because
It does.
it must do, yeah. But it's very on the fence about.
Why
things.
don't they ever ask people personal questions?
That's a plot hole
Like,
that we're not going to
what
look into, Pete, because
what happened into the VHS? Who wins? They would know. They could use the VHSs. Who's behind door number 2? And it goes. He even says he's seen it a million times. There you go. We've watched the VHSs, which we've seen every time, and everybody goes, "Why do you watch that shit?" And then I say it comes up trumps now in a smarty voice.
I can't believe that.
John's a
I
goddamn
can't believe
alien.
door number 1 did that.
Oh,
There you go, Razza. We'll just ask it subtle questions
About The Price is Right.
about the Price is Right.
Imagine that. So in season 2, episode 1, what does Jeffrey win? He just seems sweating in a barbecue.
Price is wrong, bitch. Yeah, I think we're getting a bit too carried away here.
Yeah, of course.
Look behind door number 3. It's a dog's arse alien creature, Pete.
We were just off air. We were just saying what's the English TV show. Oh, sorry.
Bully.
Off air, we were watching the British TV show Bully.
I love how you like,
I said
correct yourself because you said English.
English. That's weirdly nationalist. If it was Bully we were watching, it would have a 33.3 recurrent chance of guessing the answer, being the fact it could only be a barbecue set, a Dacia, or a speedboat. There you go.
Another thing, you know, on a different note, Pete, what I want to do is put a law, like, I want to get 40 millennials from uni, right?
I'm a millennial, I think.
And you know, you just missed out.
Okay.
Put them in a room and make them watch Jim Bourne and Bully for like
Right.
10 episodes.
Aye.
And just watch them sweat and get angry. Get angrier and angrier at every episode they're watching.
And see which one's the thing.
Just a statement here from As vs. the World. Give a follow, people, as.
What a legend.
Follow the podcast. Great movie. Not my favourite one, though.
Oh. Of Carpenter's.
He'd probably say
Ella Wait.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh.
Or Halloween. But defo up there.
Not bad. They're good two shouts. I mean, Kurt Russell.
He's one
back
for you,
again.
Beat. I've never seen Big Trouble in Little China.
Have you not?
No, it's good.
It's very good, mate.
Worth
It's got a
watching.
guy who. I mean, I'm not going to spoil it, but a big guy explodes into jelly. There you go.
I thought it was just like a weird chase.
It's exactly what you think it is, but it has people blowing up.
Unreal. Right, I'm going to watch it tonight.
Go for it.
Watch it at night. Right, thanks for the questions, Peter. Yet again, you got the segment going. And guess what? That brings an end to another lovely podcast. Check us out on Twitter. Give us a follow at Talking Crass.
Mm-hmm.
We're on SoundCloud, Talking Crass.
Mm-hmm.
Like always, leave us that 5-star review if you liked our stuff. Helps out a lot.
Tasty.
On a side note, check out the Loosely Connected Network. We're part of this as well. It's got a lot of good podcasts on. Get yourself over there. Beat, it's been a pleasure.
As always.
See you later, people.
In a week.
Beat.
Yeah.
You know when you went out there to get a glass of water?
Yeah. Out of the room. A place where you couldn't see us.
You're now wearing a white t-shirt.
Right.
You were wearing a black t-shirt.
Was it?
Beat, I'm sorry. You're freaking us out. I've got to make sure that you're actually yourself before we continue through life and do more podcasts.
Right, why am I bound with...
Don't worry about that. I've got your blood sample here, and I've got some boiling hot metal wire, and I'm going to check the reaction.
Right there.
See? There, told you. Never in doubt, Beat. Never in doubt.
Now we've established that I'm not the thing. If you find the time, I wouldn't mind spending the rest of this summer tied to this fucking couch.